a shred of fear. Held to be a throne, consecrated mission. Oh, Fatherland, peace be our solemn place. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will count our privilege. Now waving standard which embolden thee free shall always be our flag of liberty.
I thought of Biafra freedom taking longer, and cause of that you tend to feel so low. I know our freedom is your greatest hunger. I thought of Biafra keeps your heart aglow. We will walk the line, this hair that we've known with time, gotta take it away. Just hold on and don't let go. Hold on, do not let go. Just hold on and don't let go. Your fire's just a step away. Just hold on.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and a good day to some of you, or good night, depending on where you are, and you are welcome to this program. While you are joining, share this video, invite others to join. Share the video, invite others to join. Before we proceed, I don't have much time because, of course, you have seen the photo that is right in front of you. That photo that is right in front of you, it is the photo that we are actually talking about. Just one moment. Let me change. I can see that my video is not moving. Let me confirm if my voice is coming out. The photo that is right in front of you. All right, my video is not moving. So basically, let me change the setup of my video. One moment. All right, my video is not moving. So basically, let me trying to see if I can get it done. The setup of my video. All right, I think I am getting it done. So I believe I am moving now. Yeah. So great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, I welcome you to this program. While you are joining, share this video, invite others to join. When you join us, you call another person to join. Very, very important because we are here. Yeah. All over the world, I welcome you. We are coming out clear. We are here this evening, this morning, and this afternoon, depending on where you are watching from. to remind you of what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said to us before he went into the hands of the enemy. And after that, then we will bring more people into the program before we proceed. Pay very good attention, because you will understand what is, what has been happening, because the result of it is actually presenting itself. Look at it, pay attention.
There is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba Biasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we are doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora Eri, the same God of Owe Eri, the same God of Arochukwu, not even the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
Yes. Great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. I am here and I am back again this evening because what I am here this evening to do, I want to build up a preamble to what I am going to do next. First of all, I want you to understand that I apologize because this is not the topic I am supposed to be talking about this evening. This was not the topic I initially, initiated for tonight. But it is a topic that just matters arising. And then, of course, Chineke Zemozi Mejezi Endedendo. All the very, very important. Because Chineke Zigomozi maka mmadụ abụọ ifụla ebe a n'iru phone m. God has given me a message to go and give the living people. It is not of me. It is of him that has sent me. All you need is to pay very good attention. Because it is very, very necessary that we continue to campaign, continue to make sure that anything and any lies the enemies will throw at us, we make sure we kick back. We kick back. It is very, very important. If you are joining us now, share the video, like the video, and actually do place your comments there in the comment section, because the more you comment, the more we understand your wisdom or the level of your wisdom or knowledge. It is very, very necessary for you to understand those three persons you are seeing in your, on the image of this video. Very, very important. The reason why I am actually talking about these people, it is because the time has come to expose, some of the things that will shock you. It is the time now to expose some of the things that will actually make you to understand yourselves, because you forget so quickly. So many things that we have seen happening around the struggle. Of course, you will understand that it is politically motivated. It is. Be it those who act like they are with us, whether it is those who act like, that they are actually here to protect you or here to give you Biafra. But little did you know that these guys are just here to manipulate you. We are just here to exploit you. So now, because the only reason why that these guys made themselves available in our situation, it is only because they want a political position in Nigeria. They want a political position in Nigeria. And everything I am going to be telling you, I am going to bring you a practical evidence to it. A practical evidence to it. But it is very important that you pay attention so that we will, navigate these things. Number one is that you see this guy called, or this boy called Nsima. And you see the picture of this guy called Simon. And you see the picture of their father, who is FFK. Femi Fani-Kayode. Let me bring it to the screen so that you may see it. FFK is the father of these two in terms of the type of job they were assigned to do against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against IPOB, and against Igbo people in extension. The reason why I am putting it this way is, of course, so many of you will believe in the adage which says, by their fruit you shall know them. But my own belief is more than that adage of by their fruit we shall know them. Because what I am going to actually do, it is to give you a background. Then the next level is to bring the evidence that will come with it. I want all of you to know that the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he gave us before he was captured by the enemy, extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria, which Kenya and Nigeria government did an act of terrorism against a British personnel, against a British citizen. But because he is a black British citizen, that's the reason why British is not looking for him. And you can understand that. It is normal. There are some animals that are better than other animals, or more animals than the other animals. It is what is called a selective love. Selective love. If you understand how these people play, you will know exactly the activities of this three-man squad that you see in front of your screen. If you can understand the true meaning of chameleon, you will understand the true characters of this three-man in front of your screen. If you can understand the real, manipulator, pathetic liars, you will understand this three men that is in front of your screen. If you can understand, oppressors, when you see a real oppressors, you have seen this three man that is right in front of your screen. If you want to understand the epitome of wickedness, look for it from this three man on your screen. Now, what are my reasons? Plural. There are reasons, not just a reason. The reason why I will tell you that there are reasons is because the activities of these people from the past, I know what politics stands for. I know what politics is all about. you know, because I understand it. I studied through it. That is the reason why I know very well about politics, politicking. Because what you will see that is going on in Africa across. Africa is actually, led by bureaucrats. Bureaucrats. Africa leadership is a leadership of bureaucracy. That is the reason why they will never go forward. Because it is not whom you get there or whom you intend to get there that will be there. Even if it is whom you believe that's supposed to be there, when he goes there, before they place him there or allow him position to be there, they must have refined him. They must have reformed him. They must have made him a different person from whom you think they are before they will ever allow him or issue him a ticket to be there. So I want you to understand that these things that that is happening today against IPOB, you should understand that it is well planned. It is well planned. The map is there. The execution processes are there. Now, I want you to understand as well that activities of this three-man squad you see in front of the screen, I want you to know that their manipulative approach, their oppressive approach, and their, wickedness approach. When we talk about Simon Ekpa, his job was to continue to make sure that everything that is happening in the northern Nigeria, which we have exposed the Fulanese about, that it should start happening in the eastern Nigeria, so that when people are looking at it, it will look as if everything that we have been talking about the Fulani and their terrorist activities, it will be null and void. It will be nullified. That's exactly the reason why they placed Simon to be there and be claiming that he's an IPOB member when he's not an IPOB member. Of course, the lies he told that he's a lawyer will actually prove to the world that everything he said about being an IPOB is all a lie. It is a lie. Because he must have told you that IPOB means that you are a Biafran. It is true that being an IPOB, being indigenous people of Biafra, mean that you are a Biafran. Being an indigenous person of Biafra means that you are a Biafra. But being an IPOB, being an IPOB, it never existed. It never existed. It has never been gazetted anywhere in this earth, which made it an official organization. And having seen that IPOB is an official organization, no one has a right to be prejudiced against IPOB. No one has a right to actually, use the name of IPOB to raise fund, use the name of IPOB to kill, use the name of IPOB to stir up violence, use the name of IPOB to do anything in the world. They will be apprehended. And I will tell you why. Because they are actually, it is an act of sabotage. An act of sabotage. And those whom they have collected their money, It is called a theft under false pretense. Now, act of sabotage, a theft under false pretense, and there are others, because psychologically he dealt with so many of you. So there are cases that if the people of European world who want to work against the oppressor, Simon Ekpa is supposed to be, answering a case. Maybe if we want to extend it to him killing our people in Biafra land, if we want to extend it to that extent, it might be an investigation that will take time. But this young man is supposed to be answering, a case of sabotage, a case of sabotage, a case of defamation, a case of theft under false pretense. Of course, the fundraising he did is all over the social media. He never did it in the name of autopilot. Even if he claimed he did it in the name of autopilot, he started doing it in the name of IPOB autopilot. And the number one thing you should know, prior to the time he started registering fund on his name, because the investigation will go this way. I know he's he's a clever criminal, but not intelligent. He is very clever, but not smart, I mean. Very, very clever, but not smart. He is clever, but not smart. Get it very well. So, it is very important that you know there are many fundraising he did before the incidents I am going to tell you about now, if it has occurred or going to occur. Number one, he did a fundraising with the name of IPOB, saying that he's the commander of Eastern Security Network, which he does not know their formations. Number one. Number two is that if he wants to claim that he did funds, he rose funds in the name of autopilot, IPOB, whose name is he raising that fund on? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Even if he said autopilot IPOB. And in a situation whereby autopilot IPOB is not a registered organization, before he did his first fundraising, that indicts him. That is an indictment. Because I know they must have registered, if possible, their autopilot IPOB when this, issue of, the looming of police investigation on him. I know they must have registered it, just to use it to say that they were raising funds under their organization. Is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu a signatory to your organization? The answer is no. Have you ever paid anything towards the legal fees of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? The answer is no. If you must have organized a payment towards the legal fee, or if you must have organized payment lately, to use it as a escape route, whoever that is that legal team you paid must be charged with perjury when if they eventually want to testify that you are paying them. Because number one, you were not paying them to do the job of releasing of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You were paying them to stand for you to commit fraud. That's exactly what you were paying them for. You were paying them to stand for you to commit fraud. It is called, it is called that you have an intention. You have an intention to commit fraud. But you are the one who's supposed to, uphold the law. So it is a case against whoever, a licensed lawyer, that will support that scenario. Now, I want you to know that all his plan was to indict IPOB using the name of IPOB, while when the things gears up, he go and register autopilot IPOB. Then he will say that he's using autopilot IPOB. That you should show him where you use the name of IPOB. That's what he will tell you. But at the end of the day, that is his plan B, in case if everything that he's doing against IPOB backfire. Because you know, one way or the other, IPOB will find a way to let it backfire. And that is exactly what you see. He killed our people. He rose fund in the name of IPOB, killed people in the name of IPOB, and, manipulates people's emotions in the name of IPOB. Now, after that, just to make it null and void, all the expository analysis we have made in the past against the Fulani terrorist group, which is the third most or fourth the most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. They want to nullify and protect the syndicate, or they want to nullify our exposition to protect the criminal syndicate and their terrorist group. Why am I saying so? Because they know it is only IPOB that is an organization that actually come out and say things the way it is, without being compromised, without being, with unadulterated. It is only IPOB. And that has been what is making IPOB to stand strong. That no matter the wind, no matter the flood that will come, IPOB continue to stand tall. Because IPOB, we are disciplined and rooted in the grassroots of truth. And that truth is what preserves this movement. And we can never deviate from that truth. Immediately, any one of you start deviating from that truth, it means you are compromised. You will start doing something that is different from what you're supposed to be doing. If you want to do any other thing in this struggle, create a platform for those things. Use that platform for your own personal life. But the platform you have dedicated for IPOB, use it for IPOB and the struggle for freedom of IPOB and of Biafrans, and struggle for freedom of Africa in extension. Use it to do that. That is the reason why you are online. You are in these your platforms that you use. If you want to be any other thing, if you want to start creating content, create a platform for it. You create content that is outside the struggle. Maybe you are, you can be a motivational speaker, or like an example, I don't know, like whichever area that I will bring it to, so that you don't misunderstand it. But it is very important, whatever else you want to do, create a platform, use it, and do it. Whatever you want to do outside what we are doing, go to that platform, use it, and do it. If it is you that you know how to dance, if it is you, I am not talking about you dancing to come to your program. No. I am giving you an example. If you know how to cook, if you know how to, teach, I don't know, anything that you know that you want to use it as your, something that it is something you enjoy doing outside the struggle, you are bound to create a platform and start doing it. So that we don't get compromised inside our platforms. That is the reason why I am saying it. Because for you to get compromised inside your platforms, you will not know when it's happening. then the enemy might start coming closer to you, using that thing that you want, that is compromising you, using that thing that is actually making you, distracting you. I can assure you that. So it is very, very important that you know that Simon Ekpa was there to make IPOB not, to look as people with disinformation. Just like BBC documented. And he was the first one. There is something you need to know. What do you call those people who set other people up? The person who will disappoint you. The person who will disappoint you, backstabber. A backstabber, you see, anybody who is a backstabber, they don't mind, they don't care even if they get some wound while they are backstabbing you. They don't mind, as long as they will come and backstab you. So because he knows whatever he is doing, he knows it will ruin his reputation. But he doesn't mind, because it is in his nature to backstab you. So that's why he did everything he did to IPOB, kill our people on the ground. The hatred on Ndibo. The same way you will hear Hope Uzodinma go and kill our people in Imo State. Hope will go and kill. The same way you will see all of these people who are actually Nigeria blood. It is easy to call them and use money to make them to deviate. And those who make themselves available, the people that you believe you are fighting with them, or they are actually aware of those who are more committed in the struggle, and they know those that their legs, one is on the other side, one is inside. They know that, and they continue to communicate with you. And they always come like friends, like a joke, like a gift, like this, like that. That's how they will always come. Politics. That is the reason why, I am saying that it is important that if there is any other thing you want to do outside the struggle, go and create a platform for it, so that you will use your platform to concentrate, that the enemy may not see a loophole to enter you. One, Simon Ekpa and Nsima and Femi Fani-Kayode, all of them, they came to be friends or affiliated with IPOB or to IPOB just because of one wish or one thing they are in pursuit of, and that is their political office, and that is their political position in that zoo country called Nigeria. That is the only reason why that these three people came into to act like they are with IPOB, or they are affiliated to the activities of IPOB, because they have a leverage. And that leverage of Simon, make sure that there is unrest in the eastern region of Nigeria, so that the name of Fulani will come down. We will try to prove them wrong, that the Fulanis are not killing people, that it is Igbo people that is killing themselves. That is his assignment, his main assignment. While you are doing it, that's why I always tell you that whatever he does, it is a double-edged sword. Double-edged sword. Those of you who follow me all the time, you will understand, you will remember. Double-edged sword. It cuts from both sides. You need sensitivity or high sensitivity in order to escape that double-edged sword. That is the reason why, when you come to this type of fight, the most important thing you will do, within Goku, bring the one he said. And now, you show it to the world. Now you remind the world the reason why he said it. And bring the result of you reminding them and show it to the world. Very, 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 very easy. Very, very, simple. But it's not that easy. Because you need to have the ability to figure it out. Now, it is the work of intelligence. It is very important that you know that Simon did all he did to nullify Fulani's criminal activities that was exposed in order to buy face, for Fulanis, to make them look good, to make it look like Eastern Security Network was only created to kill our people. That is the primary thing that Simon did. And so that the whole world will see IPOB as a terrorist. Now, let me now go ahead and tell you the primary plan of, I will tell you the primary plan of Femi Kayode. Femi Kayode was a person who can do everything in the quest for power. They are all the same, three of them. They have the same character. They were selected very well by Catriona Lang. It could only be British, British intelligence or British mindset that will set those up. I can assure you. It could only be British mindset that set those up. But I'm going to send a message to them this evening. Now, what happened was Femi Kayode was there to be a friend to the family. Because as you know, a person who knows somebody is the same person that will bring that person out to die or to be killed. Now they brought him to speak on behalf of Biafrans. They brought him to cherish what we are doing, to be a friend to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, be the ally to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They brought him, just like you always know, that lineage in Yoruba land. There are lineage in Yoruba land that their work is actually to work like chameleon. It's not all Yoruba, so there are lineage that their job is to be a chameleon. They will never have anything. These people you see, they don't have anything. Wherever highest bidder takes it, that is their lifestyle. Highest bidder takes it. They can sell anything for money. They can do anything for power. This is the activities of these three persons in front of your screen. Now, I want you to know, Kayode came into the struggle to be a friend to the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, I will show you the evidence of these things tomorrow or this evening. Okay, if I don't finish the explanation, I will show you tomorrow. Because I am building a very important preamble. Then you meditate with it so that when you come in, next time or whenever I'm going to bring you the evidence, you will come with your pen and paper. It's very, very important. The reason why I am saying this is because I want you to know that they have re-strategized. Instead of APC to be fighting obedient movement, APC is now seeing IPOB as the obedient movement. That is the reason why this boy called Nsima has been telling you that IPOB is now going for obedient movement. Are you now seeing a criminal will always tell you you are a criminal first? That is what a criminal will always do. They will always tell you that you are a criminal so that you will not have time to investigate them. Because they put it on you. You will be trying to exonerate yourself instead of having time to investigate them. By the time you know it, they will become this witchcraft rat. You will be biting you, blowing you brains. That's what type of people they are. So he came and befriended Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, knows every activities of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu siblings are probably the ones also giving him information about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, even the information that he's not supposed to know. Now, Simon Ekpa was there doing his own. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's family were there giving him the information, the ones that he's supposed to know and the one he's not supposed to know. Then Nsima was there making himself available, making himself available, preparing himself for this day of sabotage, for this day of, what is it, deformation on IPOB. I will clear it up. We clear it up with evidence at all time, because that's what they do not have. Rather, they will go and do a deep fake and bring and call it evidence that they have. And each and every time they bring their deep fake, I will always decode it. Just like you saw the time Ekperima came and told you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said at Igbo World Congress that he has said everything that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wanted to say. It was a deep fake. He made it. That's why I made that one, the version of the one I made, and I gave it to you for you to understand it. Because it is intelligent. So, that's why they have placed that one there, to try and see if they will, truncate, this fire, desire, burning desire in the heart of every indigenous people in Nigeria, for them to not to, feel the desire for their freedom, for them to believe that we are fighting amongst ourselves, for them to go back and think that this IPOB is finished. It is not. IPOB is just coming out. IPOB is just beginning. It is the beginning of IPOB, not the end of IPOB. The reason why I am telling you this is that the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama, the only thing that makes Chukwu Okike Abiama very angry, it is when you want to, you can do many things, but when you want to, truncate anything that is ordained by him, and put a mandate on it or to it, place a mandate to it. If you truncate it, you have truncated your life. That's exactly what I am telling you. Now, let me tell you how. I want you to know that who set Mazen Nnamdi Kanu up, what happened to him, all these things, who advised him, who told him to do this, who told him to do that they are with him, that they are watching over him. They are all now, showing themselves. They are now showing themselves. Femi Fani-Kayode is one of them, I believe. Is one of them, I believe. Because according to the intelligent analysis I did at my closet, I believe he's one of them. Why should I say so? Because to the extent that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was fixing trying to even fix the marriage of Femi Kayode with the woman that he was abusing, it means that the relationship went so deep that they can tell each other everything. Anytime anyone let you into their relationship, it means that there is amount of trust that is there. Believe you me. That is the reason why most people they let in pastors, because they believe they can trust pastors. So for you to understand the type of trust we are talking about, for someone to let you into their marriage as a third party, to come and start fixing things, to become Mr. Fixer, I can categorically tell you, you guys share a secret that not many people share. That is how close Femi Fani-Kayode and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was. Now, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu might not even know when he told him his secret. Maybe. He's a human being. He's a human being. Jesus trusted. He knew that Judas would be the seller, but he never rejected him. So, let us leave this area there. So, I suggest that Femi Fani-Kayode knows everything that happened. Now, why? Immediately when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu got captured, Femi Fani-Kayode, APC, now gave him a membership. Because that membership, not only that they gave him a membership, they gave Nelly and Co. Nsima a membership. They gave Simon, they offered Simon a membership. And now the Simon will be the only one who will come last in their membership. Let me tell you what made Simon to still be wallowing without going to collect that membership. The reason is the tax that was given to him is an indicative tax. It is an indicative tax but he does not know that this task is very indicative, like the way he has found himself, in the conundrum that he is in. You will believe it is over. It is never over. So why am I trying to say? I'm trying to make you to understand that Simon came into the struggle and he found out, no, I am, he started getting this love of Biafrans, careless Biafrans. He started being loved by careless Biafrans. He started being given money by careless Biafrans. They were showering him with the money that is even going to be bigger than the one the politician will give him once off. Then he started cherishing it. Now he has to argue with the politicians on what to do next, because he cherished that love and support in the name of leader. Then the once off that politician will be giving him, then he collect the once off. He will continue to dance in between. Now, after dancing in between, while the tax that he never failed to do, because it was the huge amount that is involved, is to make sure that our people are being killed in the name of ESN, so that the world will see us as terrorists. That is the tax that he can never fail. Now, the next tax is to come out in the open to attack Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Like, attack him with full force in the way, so that, we will finalize our contract. You know what he did? He said, you cannot push me. You cannot push me. I have to do it my way. You know why he gave that response? Because it is all about him having influence. It's all about him being, celebrated by people and a steady income than a once off. You don't know Mbolo Agako. So he articulated very well to see that steady income. Now I'm in charge. And secondly, I control some criminal in Biafra land. Even how can I be, get one stuck with one of these politicians? I rather be a freelancer. That's exactly what he told himself. That is the reason why he is freelancing with you, while also working for the politicians. Individually, the highest bidder becomes the price. So why am I saying this? The same thing that they are assigned Nsima to redirect the narrative with Nelly, to redirect the narrative that you will get a position in APC. Then Nsima started redirecting the narrative, telling you that the DOS is criminal. DOS is criminal. Before he started telling you that DOS is criminal, what did he tell you? He said that DOS is supposed to burn down Nigeria. Have you now seen the reason why I told you that these people are agent, there is somebody, I was not the one who called them agent provocateur. Whoever that called them agent provocateur, that person gave them a very important name. They were screaming, Chike Dosiema sold off. That's why he don't want to burn down Nigeria, because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said if anything happened to him, if you look for him, you don't see him, burn down the zoo. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they are weak. Our people are weak. They keep playing the video of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu where he says our people are weak. Our people are... So that they will continue to provoke a tour, to provoke you to go and do something wrong or something right at the wrong time, right? Something right at the wrong time, because revolution is something that is very important, but there is something has to trigger it, which is Nigeria is overdue for revolution. Now, as we speak, if they miss the opportunity of now for revolution in Nigeria, it means that they will never gain the opportunity again. They should keep allowing P2B to keep fooling them in the name of lawsuit, in the name of this. At the end of the day, they will still crown this Tinubu a president. Because all these people are just, I don't know why it is only when it comes to the eastern region, you people will, have too much patience. You have too much patience. My dear, patience is the reason why you found yourself in a mess today. Because of too much patience. They taught you if they slap you here, you turn the other side, they slap you. That is the way, religion comes in. You have too much patience. I am not preaching anybody to go into violence, but I am telling you that it is very important that you have a revolution. Revolution comes with many things. We can sort them out. Every nation that has their freedom, they start with revolution, then boils down to referendum, then boils down to a new nation born. So it is very, very important that you know that it is now or never. Revolution now. The reason why I am calling you revolution now is that is the only terminology I can use for you to understand that it is overdue. You need to demand for what is rightfully yours, that these few old people are stealing from you and making you run away and die in Sahara Desert. You need to claim it back. You need to claim back the reason why you are swallowing drugs in order to go to China or places where you know you are going to die. You need to change that narrative. You need to know that the reason why you leave what you studied in the university in Nigeria and you are Yahoo boy, instead of making money in a way that you're supposed to make money that is worthy of emulating, you didn't do that. You are doing wrong things because Nigeria will never allow you to do good things. It is time for you to say, no, my children will not live the life of an infamy that I have lived, or the life in infamy. Because if you bequeath your children this type of lifestyle that you are living, it is called the life in infamy. That is the way it is. Now I want you to know that these three people that was, promised position in Nigeria politics or in Nigeria political parties, I want you to know that the positions has been also given. The money has been issued. And I will tell you why. I will tell you why. And if that person that I am going to tell you why about, the latest one that they have integrated, if that person deny it, if he come out to deny it, we will give him evidence. If they come to deny it, we give him a serious evidence. Especially this boy called Nsima. If he denied that he was not promised a political call in Nigeria, I will bring the evidence. You know why? You know why? The thing there is that these guys, what they do all the time is that they come online. They use your brain in the name of motivational speech, in the name that they are fighting for your freedom. While it is only, if you follow them very well, you will know when they are no longer fighting for your freedom. But you can't follow them very well. If you follow them very well, you will know when it is time that they want to target something. And you will see how their message will start having, changing drastically. It's either they will start, making you, pushing you, putting you under pressure to make a mistake as the leadership. They will start, censoring. They will start censoring some certain things that they are now saying. Instead of saying it the way it is, they will start censoring it. That is how you will know criminals that are available. I don't say that, some of them, they are already, captured or they have compromised fully. They might not be compromised fully because some of them have not seen yet who is going to make them fully compromised. They just get part-time to it. Now, I want to tell you about Nsima. Nsima made himself available. He lived in Europe. He knows that in Nigeria, for you to get into politics, you need to make yourself, you need to make yourself famous, and you need to be on the party that is actually not affiliated. You need to be doing anything against that party that you are targeting to join, you need to act like you are fighting with them. That is the type of job that qualifies them to, go into that, space. They get themselves famous. Then they will be attacking that party. Now, at the end of the day, they will be used by that same party. Because, those politicians, they know, like I said, they know who is, truthful to the cause of freedom. And they know exactly who are not. That's why they will contact those who are not. And they will give in. Because they are not truthful to the cause. They are not willing to die for what they believe in. They are not willing to speak the truth and shame the enemy and save lives. They will do everything and anything to make money that they don't want to work for. They don't want to work for their money. They just want to steal their money. Now, I will tell you, with this type of people, Africa will never move forward. These are the type of people they place in their political space. Number one person is this, Tinubu. He is the type of man that all these three persons you see in front of your screen are. That is the reason why birds of the same feather flock together. That's why he attracted all of them. Now, when Obidient make a move, they tell you it is IPOB. Because they know that if IPOB back Obidient up today, I don't think Obidient I don't think Obidient momentum will ever end. I will put it, that is the right terminology. If IPOB back Obidient up today, I don't think Obidient momentum will ever end. It will never end. But because we have seen that Obidient is not going to bring us what we are looking for. He is our own. We love him. But in as much as we love him, we don't want him to delay us in our quest for freedom. Time is running out. If we cannot achieve it in this generation, when are we going to achieve it? Because so many people, when you see us talking against the Obidient, you will think that we hate him. We don't. He is my own. He is Biafran. I love him with all my heart. Just the way I love every other Biafrans with all my heart. Until you are compromised. I will not order for your execution. But I will give reasons for your prosecution. Very, very important. I will not order for your execution. I will give reasons for your prosecution. Because, it is not in my position to execute you. I am not the judge. Because you are my brother. I can't judge you in that manner. But I can throw your sins on your face that will enable those people who are supposed to prosecute you. And if the law says that you're supposed to be executed, you will be executed. Because it means you deserve to be executed. That's the way it is. I want you to know that all these things Nsima is talking rubbish in the public domain, talking jargon. Nsima, let me tell you, Chukwokike Abiyama say I should inform you that you are biting more than you can chew. You are biting more than you can chew. And he also told me that you have gone to Nigeria and you are in Nigeria as we speak, Nsima. And another thing is that you are in Nigeria threatening IPOB worldwide. Nsima, You are in Nigeria, threatening IPOB worldwide. If anything happened to you in that Nigeria tomorrow, because Fulani that is using you will be your demise, will be your end, will be the people that will lead you into your grave. The same people that use you against your people, the same people that used you against what you're supposed to, represent, which is the truth. Truth does not have friends. That's why when you are selling a lie, you see millions of people watching. They love to hear the lies, but they don't want to hear the truth, because truth is enemy to evil people. That is the reason why when you hear, most of the people who speak the truth, they call them that they insult people. Anybody who speaks unadulterated truth is insultive according to the evil people, because they don't understand the word truth. They see truth as insult. They see truth to be an insult, because they are not used to being told the truth. They are always manipulated and lied to, and they are good in following lies. That is the reason why you see this boy called Nsima use the brain of so many of you who call themselves Biafrans. Use the brain of so many of you who migrated into autopilot. Use the brain of the ones who even extended into Idu. Now, he is using the brain of the one who have extended into Lekki Tollgate killers, APC. When during Lekki Tollgate he was shouting, hey, they have killed, they have done this, they have done that. Yet he is now the one promoting Lekki Tollgate killers. Because people in the syndicate of Catriona Lang selected you. The bureaucrats. These are skeptical bureaucrats. They selected you. That is the reason why your body is sweeting you today. You have gone to Nigeria to go and occupy your position, Nsima. But I want to assure you, you are in Nigeria. And I've known that you have been in Nigeria. And it is important for you, as you are in Nigeria, compose yourself. Do your politics that you are doing. You can even apologize to Biafrans that you deceived them. They will forgive you. They forget easily. But in a situation whereby you will be in your political space in Sima, in the zoo called Nigeria, where there is no security, you are threatening people outside Nigeria. I don't think it is wise. Reason being that God fights for his people. Fight for his people. Those people you are threatening, you are intimidating, you are trying to make them shut up in the name, because you are now close to the Nassau Tinubu Efele. Those who wash dishes for Tinubu's house. You are now close with them. That is the reason why you decided that you will start threatening IPOB by telling IPOB that your government is going to be cracking down on IPOB. And another thing, you use terrorist organization to actually indict IPOB. If IPOB is a terrorist organization, I believe wherever you registered this, your name is still there as the member of IPOB. So if IPOB has to answer a terrorist, organization, you are an ex-terrorist. And we never hear you say that you are no longer, okay, maybe you have said it, that you are no longer IPOB, but you are an ex-terrorist. And the terrorist that you are calling yourself today, that's what you are calling yourself. Terrorist. And the same terrorist gave you the number of people that you are brainwashing today. Gave you the influence that you are enjoying today. That same terrorist organization. Now, you're now threatening people that your government is cracking down on everybody who will speak. He said that his government is cracking down on everybody who will speak, who is a member of IPOB, who will speak, that they will be found, they will be, they will be tracked and they will be dealt with. Now, let me tell you, Nsima, talking about tracking somebody, you are in Nigeria, and that's where I found your coordination. That's where I found your coordination. The reason why I tell you that is that talking about, tracking somebody to go and intimidate them or calling or come and kill them. I want to make it clear that if anything happened to any Biafrans all over the world, Nsima Tinubu and Femi Fani-Kayode, they are all involved in it. They are the people who planned it, who attacked that person. I am telling you the honest truth. I am telling you the honest truth. It is very, very important for you to know that you are threatening IPOB so that they will not speak to expose your criminality. And then you will go and join your evildoers, fellow evildoers, to enjoy the blood money of, the money that was made through the blood of IPOB, which you are one of the people who commanded them to die. Recently, you were saying revolution, revolution, revolution. Go and destroy Nigeria, burn down Nigeria. But today now, today, the same you that has been calling for violence is now the same you who is acting so innocent, because you have collected money from a political party and they have promised you what you have never had before, and you now go home and you are there championing their cause. Whenever Peter Obi make a move, the anger triggers. You think it is an IPOB that is making this move. Then you want to stamp and tackle them, because any move Peter Obi make, you are so scared that you will scuttle, because of course if eventually Peter Obi get into that power, it will scuttle every chances and what even took you to Nigeria. Are you paying attention? Then out of that, anger, he will run outside and tell you IPOB is supporting Peter Obi and they are all terrorists. Because this political ambition that he believes that he's a step away or a step closer to it. He does not want, he can do anything. He can even kill you for the sake of maintaining this, step away to political seat in Nigeria. And people, so many people in Nigeria and Biafra, they are so hungry that whenever they feel like you have started changing, your life is started changing, they will start following you. And they will start reminding themselves, as na yen kita je solanya fu kuma onyola anyo ogbo agbo. Even kita jesolo anya fuku onyola anya ogbo. That is once they start seeing you. When the poor boy was in London, wretched, in UK, wretched. Nobody, they didn't, like start commending him when he was doing the job to set them free. But it is now that he has used their blood to, achieve political office. It is now that they will start following him, because oppressed has fallen in love with oppressor. That is the analogy of what's going on, or the I will say the nomenclature, well, okay, the terminology of what is going on. Because you have fallen in love with the love for influence or love for money. And those who have fallen in love with those things, they will always attract the same people. Birds of the same father flock together. Anybody that is Igbo person calling in Nsima's program will behave like Nsima tomorrow. Anybody that is a Yoruba person calling on Nsima program, praising him, will behave like him tomorrow. Because that is the type of people that you come closer to. Sellouts, chameleons, and people who can sell their people for money. Those are slave traders. Their generation will always come back. That is the reason why he continue to tell you that IPOB is dangerous. IPOB, if they threaten you, you will know you shouldn't take it lightly. I can assure you that when IPOB talk, if we want to chase you after you, any day you see IPOB chasing after anybody in Biafra land, it means that that person is a criminal or a terrorist. Criminal or a terrorist who kill people. So, and they know that IPOB will always protect the land and the people who live in it. So that is the reason why this criminal is threatening you, that him and his government is cracking down on you. In everywhere you are, they will trace you, they will come there, they will kidnap you. That's the meaning of what he is saying. I might not quote him verbatim, but that is exactly the meaning of what he was saying. The reason for this program this evening is that, I am supposed to talk about religion and paganism that is confusing so many of our people. But I couldn't talk about it because I saw, that this one is very important to talk about. And everything I have said to you, I will bring to you evidence about that. I will bring the evidence to it, because now ugebelugo na mgbagbu. When any of them come and they argue this, I will bring you evidence to all of them. If they come to say or comment rubbish or come and change account, use fake account to write rubbish on my comment section, I will pinpoint all of them. I will check all the comments in my comment section and I will check who commented it. Then that is when I will bring you the evidence. I will use that. I will take my time. So these people, it is very, very, they are doing this, these ones they are doing right now, it is initiative of a frustrated person, because their real job, they have done it. It is to sabotage IPOB, try to destroy the structure. So the job Nsima is doing now, threatening IPOB all over the world, running back to Nigeria to go and claim his political position. It is the job of a frustrated person. Whenever he feels like now, Obi might go to court now and win, he will say no for them to ruin this. Now I will bring every fight on the table. I will fight dirty. Whatever that will make me to lose this political position that they have given me, I will fight dirty. That's it. That's it. But mark today's date. What is today's date? Let me give you another one. And whenever I give you, write it down because you will hear it from other places. After I must have released it, you will start hearing it from other places. Write it down. You see, all of them that have, betrayed IPOB, all of them, they are going to be, put to shame in no distance time. In no distance time. I know this is not about the issue of Pastor Livingstone, Emeka Livingstone say, Simon say, or this one say. It will be a very serious mess. Very serious mess they will find themselves into. And I will not even tell you the reason or how it is going to come. But the most important thing is that these people have placed themselves in a point of no return. Because if you want to dance with the big boys, you must be a big boy first. You can't be a little boy juggling with big boys. It is very, very risky. These people will not know. Especially this boy called Nsima. And that calamity in your lineage ends in your generation. It will not follow the next generation. That calamity of slave trade, that you can do anything for money. You can sell your blood for money. You can sell not blood that flows in your vein. You can sell your brother for money. Your generation is the last generation that will do it in your lineage, because it will end you so quickly. Why? We are people that are different from every other person. We are a dominant threat. We are Biafran. We are loved by Chukwu Okike Abiama, who lives in heaven. He is the one who fights the fight of the righteous. I will tell you how he fights the fight of the righteous. It is all about the truth that speaks for itself. When you want to oppress the righteous, that's why, there is an adage that is coming out from the Bible. Say, don't be scared of those who will kill the flesh, but will not be able to destroy the spirit. Don't be scared of them. They will kill the flesh, they will not destroy the spirit. Now, you can only be scared of that who will destroy the spirit while destroying the flesh. Those are the things you can only be scared of. And the only person that can do that, it is only God that can do that. So, it is very, very important that you know that this man called God, or this being called God, he fights for a righteous people. IPOB, led by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we are righteous people. And God knows that we are, set up to actually restore the dignity of children of God back on the face of this planet Earth. to restore the dignity of the children of Elohim in this planet Earth, where there is a 0 latitude and 0 longitude. God knows it. And that is the reason why he is ready and willing to defend and protect the movement of IPOB from every enemy that has stirred up their, their head in greed against IPOB. Chukwu Okike Abiama will always fight that person. Ka ọ ga-esi mee mmadụ amaghị ma agwacha mbaka. O sịghị ka ọ ga-esi mee mmadụ amaghị, but ọ ga-eme. That is exactly the way it is. Because our people have been killed. Our people has been killed and still being killed. And they will never stop, because their plan is to put our number in check. That is the plan. And they are carrying it out. And upon that, the ones that are put in check, it's all about oppressing them, making sure that they don't realize exactly what is their right. Even in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, once you realize your right there, you become the enemies of the world, as long as you are Africa. And you become a person who is insultive. IPOB is not the only people who are called insultive. IPOB is not the only people who are called insultive. There are many important, people who has been called an insultive person. They are insultive because they speak the truth. Many of them. But I just don't want to, mention any for now. But I know there are. And I will mention them. So, it is very important for you to know that Chukwu Okike Abiama fight our battle. That you see Nsima that is flying all over the place. Flying like a butterfly. You see him flying like a butterfly. Because they gave you a Bundo court. Ipulunisi. Na art say that na ikugifen. Yotago. Ibago mong. That onwezi onye ọ na-alụgịnị ya, ị na-abaziri ndị IPOB mba, ị na-threatenzi ndị IPOB, because you know that you have gone into the kingdom of the evil, the kingdom of the wicked ones. And you believe, because people in Nigeria, they are very proud of their evil, especially their politicians. Very, very proud of their evil and manipulations. They are very, very proud. That is the reason why we are giving them their dose each and every time we come online, that they may know that the same Chukwu Okike Abiama who said that we should fight for our freedom, that is the kingdom of God that is being preached all the time. The freedom of mind, that is the kingdom of God. Freedom of mind. Because the mind is the kingdom that brings out what build the physical kingdom. That is your mind, your brain. That's why you see America building aeroplane, German building aeroplane, Chinese building many things, cars. What have you built as a black man? Nothing, because you are brain dead. And those who will rise up to build it in Africa, they will kill them. Just like you heard that the man who built electric car and electric motorcycle, he was poisoned thrice. Do you know that? Of course you do. You know about it. An African man who was innovative was poisoned thrice. By whom? By his same people. because they don't want anything that will make Africa go forward. These are the mind of conquered people. And those conquered people must be actually sidelined. They must be sidelined. Leave them behind so that we continue to march. We must make them irrelevant so that we continue to march. Because if they are still relevant, they will continue to manipulate so many people into going into captivity the more. Because captivity is what we are into, trying to come out. You know, those who are almost out, they will preach them back in to captivity. Because everything they do, so many people who are oppressed, they will be captivated by it. You know, it captivates their soul because they see fame and they see, you know, they see money and fame. They will say no. Because most of our, you know, some of our people, it's all about money and fame, fortune and fame. It is not all about it. It is not all about it. It is about, you know, as long as you are able to pay your bills, as long as you are able to eat, have a shelter, continue with that. One day, through your hard work, when God say he will, he will. And he will not always, because whenever you see they bring evil for assignment of evil to you, you will say, God have visited me. It is not God. It is the devil that want to ruin your legacy or your success, because you always count a monetary value as a success. That's the only thing a black man counts as a success. That is the reason why those old people in your political leadership or in your leadership space, they only see monetary, you know, value. They only see like money, paper value, not monetary value. Paper value is what they see. Once you give them paper value, they are, you know, they can do anything for you. And that has been the mindset of a conquered people. That's why politicians will kill you this year. After 4 years, they will give you food parcel. After giving you food parcel, they will use you as if you are their supporters. Even though some of you might not support them, they will rig an election because they have shown the world you are supporting them. Then after rigging the election, they will kill your second son. The next 4 years, they will give you a food parcel. They will come and enter keke with you. They will come and you know, eat with you in one plate, because that's the manipulation they have learned recently. Then you will believe, no, these people, they are humble. This politician is humble. There is someone who ever did it. It is actually changing strategy to manipulation, because every year they have to change a strategy to manipulate you. You will think it is a humbleness. You will think it is a good man. You will think it's a man that if he's in a presidential office, you call him on the phone. Hey, obedient. Is that guy where they promote you, that comedian where they promote you, think he will answer you. Because that is the mindset of a black person. It is all about what I will achieve now, not the investment I will make in future. They don't make investment in future. You know, most of the black men. Do you know the reason why we can never stand? You know, do you know the reason why black or Biafrans, our people, have never stood together? Do you know the reason why we are not in the list of the world richest? It is not because we don't have that acumen, or we don't have that, you know, intelligence, or we don't have that foresight to be in the world richest. You know why? We are not supportive. That's for supportive. We can be support, we can buy foodstuff from it, we can buy things we, if the only thing that I can give to Biafrans is that when a Biafran person set up a business, Biafrans will support that Biafran person. They will rather support the Biafran person than support European person next to them. They only go to European person when they want to actually pay a fee. Because on Agagalon, they will go there, take pictures, buy tissue. They will buy tissue only there. Come home. We went to ShopRite. We went to this place. They support their own local businesses. I give it to them. But when it comes to now, you have seen I have established this business. And in this business, you know that this business has a potential of growth or potential of have multi-billion businesses in the coming years. If there is a cash injection towards this business, then you will say, no, Judge Money, you have established this business. I want to buy shares. I want to buy 25% shares in this business. Please establish it also. I will give you money. Let's establish it somewhere else as well to have branches. Then another person will come and say, I want to buy 5% share of your investment of this business. I see future in this business. Even if it is a real estate or whatever you are investing in, I see future in this business. I want to invest in this business. I want to buy a share of 2%. That's how you see a very successful business. That's why you see Jewish people, when you see them in business, that's how they multiply. You will be hearing Kentucky, Kentucky. You will not know. Small time they start selling franchise. The business that you gather together, you start selling franchise. No one will think about eliminating one another. None of them might even be the same place. They will all be different places doing their business. They can have Zoom meeting online. They can have a director meeting online or shareholder meetings online or board meetings online. So, but the trust and the management, they hire external body. Not through nepotism, because it will ruin it. So that's how they will do all these things, for them to grow collectively. But imagine what you do individually. Imagine if I invest in somebody's initiative. Imagine you that want people to invest in your initiative. If you are pure like gold, you don't have the mindset of exploiting those. Or you don't have the mindset of trying to plan for them because they have invested in your businesses. Imagine if you will be able to do so as black people. Plan, work collectively. And whatever you are getting from the beginning, take it, work on it, work towards it. You know you have a business that gave you money that you have invested there. Don't invest everything you have into that person's initiative, because you have your own initiative that you have to also invest in. Maybe your initiative is something different altogether. Other people will come and invest in it while you are investing in another person's initiative. That is the way the world grows. That is the way a nation and a particular people grow. Those who understand this. You hear Tesla today. Tesla is not owned by one person. Yeah, if you want to talk about it was found by one person. It was found by Elon Musk. But today it is not owned by only Elon. There are shareholders. There are board of directors. So it is very necessary that it is those people who invested into his initiative who made him great. And they are also coming to be great, because they will take some strategies that they have learned there, inject it into their own initiative while making success as well, while people are also into it. You become like a freelancer in investment, free investor. Before you know it, you will have many shares all over the place. Now, what am I trying to say? It is time for us to come together and work together. But while trying to come together, we separate the chaff from the wheat. I will come tomorrow. I didn't come with any video today because I am here to build a preamble. But I will come with a video tomorrow. Very, very important. And that video I am going to come with. Tomorrow I believe I can do multitasking, so that even if I don't do program on Saturday, I will still, have something to share. It's very important that we are going to talk about this religious problem, paganism problem, and black paganism and white paganism. We are going to talk about it. Black paganism and white paganism, or European and African paganism. We're going to talk about it tomorrow evening. So, I want all of you to know that this boy called Nsima, he is treading on the path that every other person that have treaded on that path, they never succeeded. They ended up in shame. That's where he is treading on. And you took an oath in IPOB. The oath of IPOB killed people who takes an oath and refuse to abide by it. Go and ask your parents, your elders in your village. Go and ask them. Kambalaga, if I want to expose you to something you don't know. Anybody and everybody that have fallen, who was a member of this struggle, but he decided to go and become a criminal. What kills them is the oath that we have taken. It is in our ordinana. And don't even argue with our ordinana. That is the reason why, before the white man came, there was no crime in our land. Because the spirit of the land will strike you to death. And today they will call it a myth. Today they will call it, it is a myth story that they tell you to scare you. That is the reason why the same oath that you have taken in IPOB will kill you. Because that oath is deep-rooted in the blood of our ancestors who has fallen. We are dominant threat. We don't finish on earth. We keep coming back. And we have a gene. A gene is a spirit. We have a gene. Some of you call it spirit, but the real name is a gene. That gene is what is actually, making us to reincarnate. That's why there is hereditary illness. It comes through the gene. You suffered it and you died of it. You come back, you still have it. Because it was not corrected in the previous life. It has to continue. So we have a gene. One thing you don't correct in this life, you will not correct it in your next life. It will affect you in your next life. You might correct it then, but it will affect you. It must affect you in your next life. Then they call it hereditary. And you will think that these things doesn't exist. But I can assure you, once you take oath in our land with, oath that binds an organization in our land that is fighting Onyaga na Wania, that is fighting for the just cause of the Biafra land. Whether you are a coastal region, you should go and ask your ancestors if this thing exists Because they do. Because not when this, curse that you have laid upon yourself start chasing after you, you will say IPOB have started chasing after you. Because is it coming? It will come. It is going to come. The spirit of our ancestors does not allow those who play with their name. In the name of I took an oath that I will uphold anything that will give us freedom. I will never betray this freedom fighting movement. If I betray this fighting movement, let Chukwu Okike Abiama take my life. Why do you think Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's life is still preserved? Because he has never betrayed Biafrans. And he does not have the mind or the will to betray Biafrans. That's why he is still alive. Otherwise, they've been making an attempt to kill him. Individually, not even collectively, because they know that if they do it collective, it will leak. They're doing it individually. But the gods of our land fight for us. Those who want to instigate IPOB, you are instigating yourself. Those who want to confuse the world, the narrative, you are confusing yourself. Because the people you believe you are confusing, the international community, they know your activities. They know what politics is in Africa. They know that what poverty can do to a person. They know that poverty can make you to swing and go 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Because if I call it 360, it means that you swing back to where you came from. And go 180. Bzzz. You are facing here. Now you are facing there. Back to where you were from where you were facing before. It is all about money to hungry people. They will do everything that you ask them to do, as long as they have money to feed their ego and influence. That's all these three people need. Tomorrow, I want any of them, to argue what I am saying here. Then I will bring you evidence that back it up. And when I say I will bring evidence, I am not playing games. I will bring you evidence that back it up. But I'm going to leave it here. Tomorrow we are going to, do, will I call it evidence-based analysis. Evidence-based analysis, if need be. If you don't see them trying to argue anything I tell you, you should know that they are scared of it. It will implicate them if they do, because they know the truth. They know I am speaking the truth. Especially that boy that was from UK, Simon Ekpa colleague in Sima. He knows. So, what we are going to do is we are going to call it a day until we meet again. Stay safe and stay informed. But the God of our land will fight for IPOB. The evil that you see today, you shall see them no more. That is what the Bible tells us. Until we meet again, bye for now.
But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. Chukwu Okike Abiama put me here, and that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Okpabia, Sika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Eheri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not if you know what, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand the mountains. I didn't say one mountain. The mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.